EP5.
The taste of blood filled my mouth. My eyes widened at the sight of Scarlett's distorted, monstrous face, which seemed to stretch and swell before me. Her eyes gleamed with greed and excitement. I felt completely hopeless, convinced I was going to die. Thud. A dull thud echoed. In the next instant, Scarlett's head was severed clean off.
Ah!
I screamed in terror. Mona quickly dropped the saw in her hands. She slapped me hard on the back, and soon, the human eyes were expelled from my throat. I was still screaming in fear. Scarlett's head hit the ground. Her lips were crimson, her eyes wide open, the dark pupils nearly filling the sockets. But eerily, her severed neck showed no trace of blood. She was indeed infected. Mona crouched down and nudged Scarlett's neck with her foot. From the severed neck, a clear, white, viscous fluid slowly oozed out. As the fluid drained, Scarlett's head and body deflated like balloons, gradually shriveling up. Soon, all that remained on the ground was a shriveled body, a pool of thick black hair, and a pair of bulging, wide-open eyes. The sight left me breathless. I pressed a hand against my pounding heart and stammered, unable to form a complete sentence. Infected? Why? Why wasn't it blood flowing out? As soon as I finished speaking, an even more terrifying thought crossed my mind. That morning, I saw a pair of human eyes on a tray outside my bedroom door. At the time, there was also a pool of viscous fluid beneath those eyes. Could it be that the fluid had also come from a deceased body? Mona said, "Once infected, Scarlett is no longer herself. She's now under the control of the virus. Do you understand?" I asked what virus was controlling her. Mona hesitated for a moment. "Have you heard of the WL virus?" WL? I frowned. It was an ancient virus, known only from historical records. It was colorless, odorless, and formless, yet it could enter the human body through broken skin, the mouth, the eyes, or the nose. Once inside, the WL virus used the human body as a host, rapidly multiplying and consuming the person's blood, nerves, and internal organs. When the virus reached full maturity within the body, it would compel the person to take their own life. To put it more simply, the WL virus acted like a horsehair worm, and the human body was like a mantis infected by the parasite. Once the horsehair worm had fully developed inside the mantis, it would drive the mantis towards streams or rivers. When the mantis reached the water, the horsehair worm emerged from its body. The mantis, the host, would then meet a miserable end in the water. Before this, I had never believed in the existence of the WL virus. But now, seeing the puddle on the ground, I had no choice but to believe. After a long pause, I stammered, repeating for confirmation, "Mona, are you saying Scarlett was infected and controlled by the WL virus?" "Exactly." Mona said, "This virus is intelligent. It took control of Scarlett and attempted to infect you. So, if I had eaten the human eyes, I would have been infected?" A wave of horror washed over me. Mona nodded. I took a deep breath and pointed at the puddle on the ground. "Is this all virus? How do we handle it?" "They are immature viral particles, so they pose no threat to us." Mona then turned to look at Luna, whose eyes had been gouged out. She sighed softly. "I suspected someone in our dorm was infected. At first, I thought it might be Luna, but it seems the infected one was Scarlett. She disguised herself too well." "Mona, You blame everything on the virus, but there's one thing I don't get. I took a subtle step back. Luna died precisely at 10 o'clock. Her death was unusual. There were no visible injuries. Don't you think she died because she broke the rules?